Hey, we all know how we're going to die, baby. We're going to crash and burn.
Making eyes heading a guy named said I keep telling you it's alright. A parallax view that you can't unscrew and it all just gets so tight. Rock, motherfucker, rock, motherfucker, rock, motherfucker, yeah. Rock, motherfucker, rock, motherfucker, rock, motherfucker, yeah. Chew it up, spit it out, sick on gum. Blow it up, stick it out, sick on gum. Till it up, push it down, sick on gum. Shove it in, rip it out, sick on gum. Fireproof stick and I ain't so quick, I just made.
Hey everybody, Shibley182 here, and welcome to part 48 of my horror DVD collection. Today we're going to be talking about another classic film. It's a classic in my opinion. I've heard some people not like this film, and that's understandable. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Me personally, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It doesn't fall in there with Halloween or The Last House on the Left or anything. But it is definitely a classic in my book, and that has to be 1980's Prom Night. Now, yes, I know this is the crappy-ass full-screen vision with the fucking thing from H2O. That is no way that is Prom Night Jamie Lee. That is H2O Jamie Lee. So anyway, this came out in 1980, and it was written by William Gray, directed by Paul Lynch, I believe his name is. Of course, like I was saying, stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Kim Hammond, Leslie Nielsen as Mr. Hammond. I believe Jamie's brother's Nick's name is Casey Stevens, plays Nick Hammond, and Joy Thompson plays Jude. So this movie basically starts off where you have a group of young kids, maybe 12 years old, 10 to 12 years old, and they're playing their own little version of tag, hide and go seek tag, manhunt, whatever you want to call it. But I believe they're calling it killer. They're running around, someone's the killer, and it's their job to catch or kill everybody else. So these kids are playing this game, and there's the one girl in particular who they kind of start picking on and bullying around or whatever. They kind of entrap her in this hallway where she's got really nowhere to go, and they keep walking closer and closer and closer to her, screaming, kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her, whatever, until she actually falls at the window and lands on this, kind of like window that's sitting on the grass outside. And while this all happens, one of the kids says, we need to go get help. And right after he says that, the girl's, I can't remember her name, Wendy or something like that, ends up saying, the whole kind of I know what you did last summer thing, but, this was first. None of us saw anything. None of us were here. We don't know anything. This never happened. We're going to keep this as a secret, and we're never going to tell anyone. Now, right after that happens, a window actually happens to fall out of the window once again and actually lands on the girl. I don't know if it just cuts her neck or it decapitates her, but it lands on her, and it fucks her up even more. And right after that, you get a shot of the girl's body, and you kind of get a shot of someone's shadow over the body. So someone else witnessed this. These four kids that were tormenting this girl or bullying her and accidentally caused her to fall out this window aren't the only ones that know this, and someone else knows their secret. So after that, the movie jumps ahead 6 years, where you meet the characters of Kim and Nick, played by Jamie Lee Curtis and Casey Stevens, respectively, like I was saying. And you find out, well, I guess you can kind of tell, but anyway, you find out that Barbara, the girl at the beginning of the movie that was killed, is actually their sister, and that this whole town actually thinks some serial pedophile actually had committed the crime, that these kids actually kept this secret and they let some pedophile actually go down for it. That kind of starts off the whole storyline of you're trying to guess who's going to be stalking these kids. It's a slasher film, so something is going down on Prom Night. Someone knows something. Someone saw something the day that the four kids caused this accident that caused the death of Barbara. So you're just sitting there waiting, and they're throwing a bunch of different suspects at you, such as like the gardener guy, or they kind of even throw the guy that everyone blamed, the pedophile, in there, and it's a guessing game. And like I was saying earlier, there is subtleties in here where it kind of hints to who the killer is, and if you're smart and into that type of stuff, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out on your own. If you just even pay attention and listen to what the characters are saying and remember the situations that they're in, you're going to find out who the killer is. This is also where it kind of reintroduces the 4 children from the beginning. They're all older teenagers now. You have Jude, you have Wendy, and I can't remember the names. I just can't remember the other people's names right now. But anyway, they're all getting these menacing phone calls leading up to prom night. This guy's phoning. For instance, he calls Jude and he asks her, Are you going to come out and play tonight? Are you coming to the prom? Stuff like that. And she has no clue who this guy is. And the voice is kind of sounding weird and disturbed and stuff like that. So yeah, there's just some, the characters start getting these disturbing phone calls as it leads up to the prom night. Skip ahead to prom night, and you have these 4 kids who have been keeping the secret for 6 years or whatever. Now they're slowly being picked off one by one by this menacing killer who you've been trying to guess who it is the whole movie. Right up until the very end, when it all leads up to the grand conclusion where you find out who the killer is. And it's supposed to be a big shock, but like I said, I kind of saw it coming, and I had been told about this movie so much before I saw it. So in a way, I knew it was going to be Nick, Kim's brother, Jamie. You just had a feeling, especially at the beginning of the movie, when I believe when she goes off to originally play the killer game with the kids, you see her brother and her sister with her, and once it kind of skipped forward and it revealed that Jamie Lee or Kim and Nick were her sister, it just all started making sense to me, and I had a feeling he was, it was going to be her brother, or someone that actually cared about her. It had to be brother, dad, someone like that. So it was either Mr. Hammond or it was Nick Hammond, the brother. That, in my opinion, those were the only 2 guys it could have been. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my review. I didn't get too much into like detail or death scenes or gore or anything. That's because I did give away the killer. So if you want to see the death scenes in this movie, you're gonna have to check it out for yourself. But like I said, it is dark. It's very hard to see. But some of the death scenes are cool, and there is one chase scene alone that makes it worth it, in my opinion. So yeah, if you haven't seen this, definitely pick it up. It is a great film. Not an amazing film, but it is a great film. Prom Night came out in 1980. Not Jamie Lee Curtis's best film, but not her worst. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. There's the back. I think this is just some crappy-ass Canadian release. It's really the only version I've ever seen, and once I bought it, I didn't really want to shell out more money to buy another copy of the movie. Even if it is widescreen, I own the film. That's all that matters to me. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do enjoy it. So yeah, Prom Night, guys. If you haven't seen it, check it out.